to order, and we will do the roll call.
No. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna dispense with other things. We're just gonna go right to the roll call. So, Commissioner Andrews here.
Dave McNeil.
People on the top, go ahead.
Commissioner Hubbardston.
Present.
Commissioner Kalani.
Here.
Commissioner Phillips.
Okay.
Thank you. All present.
Okay. Approval of the agenda?
Move to approve.
So can I make
Yeah,
a couple quick
let's get it
modifications?
moved and approved, and then you can make your corrections.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, okay, I was gonna have you approve it as I
Oh, okay.
suggested
Sure,
with
go
the
ahead.
changes.
Let's do that.
So given the weather event, we're proposing an abbreviated meeting tonight. So suggest the following changes to the agenda that was sent out. One, that we postpone the presentation from Moss Adams. It's listed on the presentation, so scratch that. Under action item 1, we're postponing the action on the acknowledgement of the receipt of the audited financial statement for fiscal year 2016. We did confirm that that is okay for us to hold that over until January, even though our audit is due to be submitted before the end of the year, but that is fine. And then we do have a informational item about the budget committee recruitment that we're just gonna abbreviate that and incorporate it into the management report. So those would be.
And we're gonna do the consent agenda?
We are gonna do the
Yeah,
consent
right.
agenda.
Okay, that's good.
So,
So you need a motion that says that we're going to do item 2 under action items, and we're going to do the consent agenda, both items. We're going to do the manager's report, if that's correct.
correct.
Right. You can just say so moved, and I'll
Yeah.
say second.
That's what I said. I move that we do those things.
Okay,
And you
and I said
that?
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Good. We have an agenda.
We have an agenda, so let's move on to, so we're up to resolutions 042017, selecting Clackamas River Water Legal Counsel and authorizing negotiations with selected legal counsel.
I make I make a motion to direct the general manager to begin negotiations with our number 1 applicant for attorney services.
Second. All in favor? Oh, wait, second?
No, you're fine. If you.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
So is that, so we normally, I was gonna try to do, so no nays, all ayes, correct?
Yes, that was a unanimous passing of the resolution.
5-0.
Yes, I have it passing unanimously.
All right.
So we're going to do the consent agenda, which is gross payroll and accounts paid and cash position and transfers through
And on the next page too, donation of assets.
and donation of assets. Consider acceptance of All Ridge partition donation of assets for 6-inch water line extension at Southeast 77th All Ridge 2 lot partition.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was a unanimous, that passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Okay. Informational reports. So, budget committee recruitment.
So I'm gonna
Okay,
incorporate that
that's
as part
Yeah,
of
that goes to the,
my manager's report, and then I am gonna also make sure that we do our public comments at the end.
Okay.
Just even though
There's nobody here.
even though the door's locked.
the door is open for the record, and we are in business. We're open. All right.
I didn't say that.
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
didn't.
I didn't say that.
All right, so real quick, I apologize, I have a number of items that aren't included in the GM report that I want to cover real quick, but they're timely. One of the things we asked you at the last meeting is to consider or look at the 2017 calendar for meetings.
Right.
I'm going to ask that we'll consider that probably at the December 22nd meeting briefly. If you have any changes, get those to us. We're trying to get some additional dates or information about the Clackamas Regional Water Supply Commission meeting dates, and so we haven't got that information confirmed from Sunrise yet. So we hope to have that by the 22nd. But if you obviously have changes before that, then let us know.
So wait a sec. So was there supposed to be a January calendar?
Well, we
looking
were
forward?
we were given a calendar, I don't remember which meeting.
just-
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
that, not in, it was a previous meeting.
Okay, so it's
It
in
says-
this packet over here.
It says draft on it,
I got it, I know where it is.
yeah.
So we don't need to look at, just between now and the 22nd, if you would let us know if you have any conflicts. Speaking of that, we do have one date that we do want to, I just want to make you aware of on that calendar that we would like to move sooner than later, and that involves the January work session.
Right.
Where we would like to move that to January 30th instead of our usual fourth Monday of the month, and this will
Per
allow.
request of Commissioner Anger, who's gonna be out of town on the 23rd.
Good, your travel schedule. Just,
So,
woman.
so we'll make that change into the calendar that will be, that we'll discuss on the 22nd. So speaking of the 22nd, we've picked the date, but we have not confirmed the time. So we kind of threw out two different times for the board. We can keep our traditional 6 p.m. start time in the evening, or one thought was as you move it earlier in the day and allow for a call-in, since there's only going to be, well, there'll be 3 quick items on the agenda, but really the only action item would be the approval of a legal contract. So,
6
don't know.
o'clock works for me.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either one, so I don't.
That- Before then, I can't even call in.
The
Okay,
commissioners
so-
that are on the phone, do you have a preference between daytime or 6 o'clock for the December 22nd meeting?
Well, it sounds like we have a conflict if we do early,
Oh.
so
Yeah.
we'll just stick with the 6.
We're gonna stick with the 6 unless anybody has a problem with that. Hearing none,
Okay, so that'll be, we'll plan on the December 22nd meeting to be held at 6 p.m. Again, we'll make it where we'll have the meeting here, but if someone wants to call in, given it's just a very abbreviated meeting schedule, we'll make call-in information available as well. Let's see, I did want to just quickly report, we did receive notification that we have received our VHF license. So we will be coming back to the board with a plan for next steps and what we do in the future with that.
Are we gonna do that in a work session?
That's one of the things I need to
Okay.
figure out,
I
so.
mean, we don't have to do it on the 22nd.
No,
You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
just down the road.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, yeah. Let's see, in your work session packet that was mailed out, I just want to point out that you do have a draft of what we're calling our monthly report, and we will discuss that in the future. But I just want to bring your attention to it. It's something that we're going to be looking for feedback on, see if it's helpful to you, if it has information that you find valuable. And frankly, if you don't find it valuable, let us know that as well, because we won't spend the time to generate it. But if it is something that the board does find useful, then please share that feedback, and we'll try to incorporate that in our monthly reports in the future. Just as far as board vacancy, just let you know that December 22nd at 3 p.m. is the deadline for applications for those interested in being appointed to the CRW board to complete the term vacated by Commissioner Humberston's resignation. And so far we've received 1 application, and so I'll let you know on the 22nd if we've received any more, and give you the plan of attack as it relates to that on that day. We've also, speaking of applications, we've also posted the application for those interested in serving on the CRW Budget Committee. And so we're also going to be including that information in our December bill insert to solicit information. But it's just a good reminder to the board to, make those contacts. And we do have 3 positions, but one of them's eligible to be reappointed.
Right.
so just a question, if somebody wants to be on the budget committee, how many meetings would they be attending? You might want to know that.
3 probably.
It's typically 2 or 3, and then we like to invite budget committee members when we have other, like, review of the budget, particularly now that we're on the biennial. So we do, but generally it takes us a minimum of 2 to approve the budget and the budget committee.
Okay,
All right, so we are asking that applications for those interested in the budget committee be completed by January 10th, or submitted by January 10th, so that we'll be talking more to the board about that in January. And then last, I wanted to take a moment to mention that tomorrow's last day for Gary Shelsky, which is one of our waterworks mechanics who's worked at the CRW for 22 years. I think that's quite a accomplishment. You know, before that he worked for a number of other water providers in the area, and so he's truly a water guy, and has some great stories. It was fun to just have a little bit of time with him yesterday to kind of review how things have changed
Oh, yeah.
over those 22 years, especially in the area of safety and equipment and all of that. And I just wanted to note to the board, you know, we appreciate Gary's service to the water industry and the CRW, and he's an avid hunter and fisherman, so we are hoping that he has many successful hunting and fishing trips in his retirement.
Right, and then he has to bring back elk for board members.
That was one of those conditions I didn't follow.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So, all right, I thought it'd be kind of fun to end on a kind of a fun note and kind of a real accomplishment. So, with that concludes my managers report.
Okay, so is there any public comment?
None noted.
So, for the record, none.
And Commissioner Business, that's not an action item.
No, it's not in the agenda.
That's
Is there anything else on this agenda? Okay, are there any questions, comments before I adjourn? Okay, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Nicely